At long last, Wisloth and Danann had reached their destination. And soon, they would finally find the fabled elemental Forge of Summer. But they both knew unspeakable dangers were waiting for them on the storm-shrouded island of Dragon Mist. For here it was like Asher's very order had been twisted. But whatever awaited, it would be faced together.
Coming here, this whole expedition, I believed it was my moment. My opportunity to prove I was more than my father's daughter. That maybe Solana herself had greater plans for me. That she had chosen me for a reason. When we got stuck on that island, I lost faith in myself. I hated you for being the savior I was failing to be.
I've been giving it a lot of thought lately, and I think we were both mistaken. I was ready to believe the dragon gods had simply forsaken me and abandoned me. But now I believe I was sent here for a reason. I think that reason was to bring you here, so that you can fulfill your own destiny.
What makes you think that?
The dragons have a wicked sense of humor. This, fate, destiny, whatever you call it, this is just a game for them. A game of which we can't hope to comprehend the rules or the stakes. Think about it. What were the chances of you meeting your own mother in the middle of the ocean?
That was indeed pretty unlikely.
The dragons have a plan for us all, Danann. You have yet to fulfill your destiny. It's up to you to stop whatever's going on at the Elemental Forge. I feel in my heart that it's much more important than we suspected.
Forgive me. I did not mean to eavesdrop, but you might be right. These storms are only getting more violent. It's like the whole archipelago is about to be ripped apart. May I suggest we hurry?
As the elves ventured deeper into the thick forests of Dragon Mist Island, the weather only grew worse. They began to realize they were not alone. Orc and Beastmen armies, bearing the sigil of House Chimera, were gathering around the Elemental Forge.
I knew there was something wrong about these orcs and beastmen.
What do you mean, Wisloth?
They're enchanted. A wizard is controlling them, as if they were golems. They have no minds of their own, no willpower. They're like empty puppets.
That's horrible. I feel pity for these creatures.
But that would take a massive amount of power to control living beings on such a scale. How?
The Forge! That wizard is using the powers of the Forge to increase his own.
I do not think he will relinquish the Forge by his own volition.
He's channeling too much magic too fast. We have to stop him. They were keeping people in there. Prisoners kept in kennels like dogs. And there were animals of all sorts.
Components for a vile magic. The wizard is not only using the Forge to become more powerful, he's also using it to make more beastmen servants.
Fusing men and animals together with the raw magic of the dragon lines. This is in violation of the laws of nature. This is insane and must be stopped.
You are the ones who have been killing my slaves and attacking my men.
And you are the wizard responsible for this madness.
I am Saira of the Circle of Nine, Archmage of House Chimera. Be gone, elves, or I'll cut you down like mere blades of grass.
Your magic is fickle, Saira, and the harmony is eternal. You are an affront to nature and the dragons, and your presence in this forge cannot be tolerated a moment longer!
After a terrible battle, Saira received a fatal blow. Despite all her might and magic, death was an adversary she could not hope to defeat.
Nobody knows what happened to Saira after she left Ickham on her great expedition. Are you saying that was her fate?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm a storyteller, not an historian.
So what happened next? Did Danan perform the ritual of solstice?
Did Danan and Whisloth kiss and have lots of babies? What? Kente is romantic.
How this story ended? Well, the truth is shrouded in the mists of time and legend. You'll have to decide for yourselves what ending the dragons had chosen for Whisloth and Danan.
This is it. The time for me to fulfill my destiny. The ritual of solstice will bring balance and harmony to the magic of the elemental forge. Hopefully, it will undo the damage Saira wrought.
Danan.
Whisloth, a Sheldon ship has been spotted south. It's your father's ship. They survived the storm.
Looks like the dragons are sending us a sign. Your people are coming for you. This is where our paths are supposed to part. Farewell.
You see, Duke Ivan, we are all parts of the dragon's plan, and in due time, we are all brought where we need to be. Danan could never have reached the elemental forge without Whisloth, but Whisloth didn't know about the ritual of solstice. Their destinies were intertwined, bringing harmony to the Twilight Archipelago. One should not try to guess what the dragons have in store for us. As Whisloth once said, only they know the rules. We can only play our parts to the bitter end, wishing for the best. Whisloth became a great captain, like his father before him. He would become a hero, and a father of heroes. But he never knew Danan's final fate. At least, that's what the legend says. You see, Duke Ivan, we are all parts of the dragon's plan, and in due time, we are all brought where we need to be. Danan could never have reached the elemental forge without Whisloth, but Whisloth didn't know about the ritual of solstice. One is enough to break the harmony, but it can only be created between two. One should not try to guess what the dragons have in store for us. As Whisloth once said, only they know their rules. We can only play our part and follow our heart, hoping for the best. At journey's end, Danan, Wistloth, and their companions remained in the Twilight Archipelago as the caretakers of the Forge of Summer. The time had come for them to decide their own fate, together.
I understand now why you chose to tell me the story of a navigator, Ambassador Lasir. I suppose a ship facing a raging storm is a good metaphor for fate.
But never forget, my lord, that a ship needs a captain. The dragon gods have unleashed this tempest around you, but you are still the one manning the helm.
You're right. Second-guessing the dragon's motives will bring us nowhere. Whoever wins this war will be Elrath's chosen one, and will be bestowed the mandate of heaven.
I'm flattered. Of course I'll tell you the story again.